Top 5 list today.
This is a top 5, and this is, we've done a lot of silly top 5s in the past. This is actually a serious sports football-related top 5 here.
Button it up, everybody.
It's serious in the sense of I think we're going to see a lot of different things from the Browns this year than what we've been accustomed to. And when I say we, I mean Browns fans have been accustomed to for the last 30 years here. So I just want things to be prepared for so you're not in shock when it happens on Sunday and progresses throughout the season. So are you guys ready? I got 5 things I think
the kicker misses
Browns
a
fans
field
need
goal.
to be ready for the upcoming season.
I don't think this is actually serious.
No, there's none of these are jokes.
Okay. I thought you were just messing with us, but go ahead.
No. All right, number 5. Let's start with some turnover luck. According to Warren Sharp, who tracks turnover luck, anyone who's not sure what turnover luck is, he takes into account drop interceptions, drop passes by receivers that get tipped, fumbles that bounce a certain way.
I hate that.
Traditionally speaking, based on the data from Warren Sharp and Sharp Football, teams flip back and forth. It's almost impossible. You can't predict turnover luck. If a team's lucky one year, typically they're unlucky the next year. Well, the Browns have been unlucky 3 seasons in a row now. They've had a negative turnover luck percentage 3 seasons in a row. Any other time he's been tracking that data, dating back to 2002, there's only been 3 instances of 3 teams with 3 years in a row of negative turnover luck. They both bounced back in their 4th year. I fully expect the Browns to be back in the positive in the turnover luck ratio, which, once again, you can't actually predict, but it is very hard to be unlucky 4 years in a row in that category.
Can you imagine if 20 years ago I would have said you would be discussing turnover luck percentage?
No. But crazy part is
it's real though.
It's
real.
I
agree. It's just
like
funny,
if you want to watch, if you watch any game, right? You watch college football game, you'll know whether or not a team is going to get come back on or not. Like you just see it. There's always an ebb and flow. Like the underdog will be up the whole game, and all of a sudden they do something, and there's a turnover, and then it just snowballs downhill. Right. And the Browns do stuff like this. The most annoying thing in the world is picks that you drop. Do not jump and be like, oh,
yeah,
I almost had no.
And we're all at home like, oh,
no, yeah. that's an error. That's a missed opportunity.
I fall down every time.
Yeah.
God.
Well, let's see this though, Mike. What does he consider turnover luck? Is there like specific, because think about this. Is a dropped interception just luck, or are there some guys who are just better at catching the ball than others?
Well, I think one of the things that I took into this, like looking at it, because he has a whole explanation of it. It is passes that were not accurate that a DB dropped. Sometimes the receiver hits it in the chest, pops in the air. Other team comes down with an interception. That's a bad luck turnover.
That's the luck of the quarterback on that play, not really the defensive back.
Yeah, it's unlucky for the quarterback.
Yes.
Interception in that case should be credited to the receiver, not necessarily the quarterback.
Right, or even the first play you talked about. If the quarterback makes a bad throw and the DB drops it, it's more that the quarterback got lucky rather than the DB got unlucky.
Yes, and also there's fumbles.
Yeah.
And once again, I don't have the exact analytics of how he tracks it specifically, but he has something called good bounce fumbles where it happened to bounce right into your guys. That makes sense. So that kind of stuff, which is why you can't predict it. But you look historically, it's never happened 4 years in a row of a negative turnover luck ratio.
Does he have like 50-50 plays where like one of the things now I see a lot more is that the team would have been off the field, right? Third down, the quarterback throws the ball, they either knock it down, incomplete, somebody drops it, they tackle short of the goal line or the sticks. And you go back, and it's a penalty, and it's illegal hands to the face.
Oh my!
You go back to the court.
I'm sure they do, but it's not factored into turnover luck.
And the quarterback grazes your face mask.
But I would say a defensive back dropping the ball is not bad luck for the defense. I mean, it is, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's skill. There is skill there. Some DBs have better hands than others, so that.
And with that being like in that mindset.
Yeah.
I think Newsome's due for a couple picks this year. Emerson didn't have him last year. He was around the ball.
Or did those guys just have bad hands?
Well, we're going to find out.
I'm going to let you know.
Season.
If Greg Newsome don't get a pick this season,
I
can't. I don't even know what to say.
One in college. He has one last 5 years.
Man, no.
Shout out to J-Lo. Picks ain't his thing.
I'm gonna let you know something. If you don't get no picks, you ain't breaking the bank. I'm gonna just tell you that right now.
One in college.
You better just get ready to take that team-friendly deal that they give you because they're going to be the best you get.
Man.
If you don't get no takeaways,
Mild wings.
ain't nobody paying that.
All mild wings. No.
You better get on that
mid.
jug
You're
machine
mid.
today.
You're mid,
So
right?
long story short, the Browns had a couple bounces go against them the last 3 years.
Yeah.
I expect that to flip and them to get a couple bounces
All right,
in their
that's good.
favor. Number 4, audibles at the line of scrimmage, which also equates to running the play clock down to the final seconds here. Deshaun Watson is a football savant. You go back and listen to the way any coach in Houston spoke about him, go back to the way his coaches at Clemson spoke about him, go and listen to the way Kevin Stefanski talks about him or any of his teammates. The word savant comes up time after time after time. I don't think Stefanski ever opened up the full playbook for Jacoby Brissett last year or Baker Mayfield. And before him, none of the quarterbacks in Cleveland had the autonomy of the offense that Deshaun Watson will operate with this year. I fully expect Deshaun Watson to get a play called into the huddle, see what the defense is doing, and then put Cleveland in the best position to pick up positive plays. And that's just something different that we haven't seen the last couple of years.
Well, it's not even
with
just
the
a couple of years, to your point. Like, the Browns, I don't know, who was the last Browns quarterback that was routinely calling audibles?
Bernie Kosar.
That's what, see, Bernie did
Derek
what the hell he wanted.
Anderson.
Yeah, even that's a long time ago. The Browns have had nothing but crappy quarterbacks. Baker was okay. Every other quarterback they've had is garbage. And Baker wasn't good enough.
Johnny Manziel.
Oh, my God. But
He was calling audibles, but not telling anyone else he was calling them.
don't you guys think that on every play, Deshaun's getting a pass and a run option, and then he's got to
Oh yeah, that's why
whatever,
if you see him go kill, that's what that means.
that you're switching from the one to the other.
That's good. Or they can it. If you can it, that means the run is off or the pass is or whatever. One of them's off.
But is he getting a run and pass play sent in on every play?
Well,
Maybe not every play.
Not every play.
I mean, on certain looks, they'll say, okay, well, if it's a light box, we'll just automatically check to a run.
Yeah.
Or if it's, I can audible or I can change I can, flip the play and take it this side. And Stefanski is always doing heavy shifting motions anyway. So he got to know a lot just to even know. Like, they'll move motion to tight end and then put the tight end back in motion. You'd be like, dang, bro, how many times you going to run around in circles?
And they're doing that to get a read from the defense.
Mm-hmm. You come out there and use or the one thing I used to hate was the check with me. You get up there, line up, see what they in, then everybody look to the sideline and get the
yeah,
I
I
can't
hate that.
stand there.
That looks very like high school.
They don't be doing that. They don't do that as much.
Yeah.
Like no more. And they hold up a card of Bart Simpson, Eric Horn,
right.
and a jock
I
strap.
hate that
Jock
too.
strap.
I used to be as a DB in college. I used to look over there and be like, I'm trying to figure out what all.
And
that
then at
means.
the time,
and then you come to find out that it's a decoy.
Yeah.
All it is the coach is in the back. It's a coach that's in the back behind all that's signaling or something.
Right.
Yep.
So they doing all this pointing and stuff, and it ain't none of them.
By the way, like the people that like hold the cards, or the people that run up to Tyvis and squirt water in his mouth. Sorry.
Are they employed? Are they employed?
Like,
You talking about
why do people take these jobs? I don't
Well,
understand.
the guys that hold signs are usually redshirt quarterbacks.
Yes.
And
But,
the people and the women that squirt the water in
It's
your
not only
mouth
women,
are
there's
the-
sometimes guys.
are usually the trainers
Trainers.
or intern trainers.
Yeah.
Man.
And
That's
most
a
likely,
miserable job.
most likely they're intern trainers, or and a lot of them are either in PT school,
Yeah.
or they're doing
Like, get
the
your own
resi-
freaking water.
they're
Bull
doing-
tried to get me to say that so bad.
Yeah,
I was
but-
I
but no,
almost
but
did.
no,
I almost did.
But here, those people, like those are like huge internships. Like,
Yeah, I hear
you
you.
get one of them, and you mess around and start like going to your own, like, you get your own practice
Right,
and do
right,
things.
right.
Like, so those are huge. Like, and by the way, they always tell them, like, at that point in time, they'd be like, people used to always ask us, you'd be like, oh, well, you got those girls or those women that are working there, and we're like, listen, no. At that point in time, those people just look like your sisters at that point in time. Like, they're just there all the time.
Yeah.
There's nothing. There's
Mikey,
nothing.
number 3. So far, so good. On the
Number
list.
3, if you fall into the camp of just take the points, then I got some bad news for
Oh
you
my
this
God.
year.
I'm not a take
Because
the points person, thankfully.
I do believe we are going to see a very aggressive Kevin Stefanski.
No doubt.
Does he trust Dustin Hopkins yet? I don't know. I personally am not fully on
Wasn't
board
he
of Dustin
aggressive
Hopkins
last
being
year?
the
Yeah.
He was.
end-all, be-all. What I do know is Hopkins is 50% in his 10-year career from 50-plus. To me, that signals, with Deshaun Watson under center now, that if it's 3rd and short or 4th and short, anywhere in the vicinity of field goal range, he's going for it. And when you play in the real quick, when you play in the AFC with all those other quarterbacks, field goals ain't beating Mahomes.
Yeah.
They ain't beating Burrow. I think we're going to see an ultra-aggressive Kevin Stefanski this season.
Take the points is the dumbest refrain that anybody does.
Fact.
It's a stupid. I can't believe how many people say it.
Take
the
the
idea that, like, first of all, that the field goal is guaranteed, like, is crazy.
Thank you.
By the way, you need 3 field goals to outscore a touchdown. You know, but that's assuming.
And think about it, that's 3 possessions
Yeah.
that you possess the football.
Yeah.
And in one possession, a 1-play,
Yeah.
2-play drive, they can just eclipse everything you
That's
did.
right. But also, Mikey is wrong on this one because, as Tyvis said, he was extremely aggressive last year.
Yeah.
I don't know how he can be any more aggressive. I
think he can be more aggressive. His kicker last season,
Yeah.
say what you want about Cade York, he had the confidence to put him out there to kick deep 50-yard field goals.
Not the second half of the
Dustin
season he
Hopkins
didn't.
is not able to make those kind of kicks.
I don't buy.
I think we're going to see him go for it a lot more on 4th and 5, 4th and 6, as opposed to punting. I think we're going to see Stefanski and this Browns offense be in the top tier of 4th down attempts and conversions.
But
in the
weren't they
aggressive
already?
I think
I think they were medium sauce last year in the middle of that.
If
Hold on,
it's-
I'll double check.
If it's 4th and 3 and less, I'm cool with going for it. Anything else?
I love going for it on 4th down.
Anything else?
And now you can still,
cool.
and now they got to play.
You know
out.
why? Because you got the defense. If I pin them down on the 1-yard line, they shouldn't move. And then they got to punt it back to us. We get the ball on the 50, and now it's only 50 yards to go.
And I look at it like this: they got the play now where it's unstoppable. All you do is line the tight end, motion them, and then snap the ball,
And push
and
him.
the tight end pushes the guy over the yard. You
Yeah.
can't stop
That's why I
that.
said if it's 4th and 3 or less, yeah, I do that. But
Browns
anything
led the
else
league in 4th down attempts last year, Mike.
Can't be no more aggressive than that.
No, you're right. They did. I'm just saying, expected more aggressive Stefanski.
How can you be more? They were number one.
Well, they could continue.
They can lead by more than whoever
Yeah.
they were. Like,
Yeah,
we're gonna
that's
do
what I'm saying.
We're gonna
You know,
do it
it's
to the
funny.
max.
I'm just saying, be ready for Stefanski to pass up potential field goal
that's
opportunities
gonna happen.
and go for touchdowns.
Yeah,
Browns
Just be
average
ready
two-
for that.
Browns
the new-
averaged 2.5 4th down attempts per game. That's a lot.
They had 23 attempts last year, yeah.
No,
many did they-
Or 23 conversions, excuse
yeah,
me. 23
42
conversions.
attempts.
So they converted just over half.
23 of 42, a little more. I don't know. Percentage-wise, I don't think they were near. They were probably mid success-wise.
They were very low success-wise, but that's because they went for so many. They had a 50. Where is there?
Yeah,
that
just
doesn't
over
rank.
50.
Yeah, don't
Just
get
over 50%. The league leader last year, the Rams, were 15 of 19, 79%. So
Yeah, but the Rams sucked.
How many games? Did
I'm
we
just
lose?
saying,
Not
giving you
3
the
or
straight
less.
number.
Yeah. All right, number two.
Number 2. Myles Garrett is unquestionably the best player on this Browns defense. He has led all Browns defensive linemen in snaps played the last 3 seasons. He had 16 sacks in each of those. And while this is the best defense Myles Garrett's ever played with, he's also going to play the fewest snaps, I believe, while healthy in his career. Jim Schwartz rotates defensive linemen in and out more than any other defensive coordinator in football. You go back to 2021 when he was with Philadelphia. They had the most defensive linemen play over 300 snaps in the NFL. Despite the fact that I think he'll see fewer snaps, I expect his production to go up. He'll be fresher late in the game. Other teams will have to pass because I think the Browns' offense will be good. So there'll be more pass rushing opportunities. So he'll play fewer snaps. I think closer to 650 than 800 like last year. But I expect him to be, if not just as productive, even more productive with those fewer snaps. Tyvis, you look insulted.
I disagree. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he ain't there. You know what he gonna do? They gonna be like, "Hey, Myles, come on." You know what he gonna do? That's what they gonna say. Myles, I'm coming to get you. You know what that mean? Go back to that side. I'm not coming out. That's just seems like the type of guy Myles Garrett is. So I expect him to be out there on the field. He probably gonna do the first every one that he can. And he might, if he goes 3 plays and it extends, maybe he take maybe a 1 or 2 play blow. But outside of that,
Especially
he ain't coming on.
He gonna be kind of be stingy.
Yeah.
Because when I play defensive end, if I was already having a good game, I'm like, well, I got this dude.
I'm trying
to run it up.
I'm telling you.
I'm trying to run it up. Like
I can see his percentage dropping a little bit.
He ain't coming
But
out
not
the game.
significantly.
He coming out the game.
I mean, I said 100 less snaps. That's like
Well, how
5 a
many
game.
snaps did he have to play last year?
8. I had it 8 something.
817, but he missed the game, didn't he?
He did miss a game, yeah.
So why you think he's gonna? I mean, if he doesn't miss a game, he's not gonna have less snaps because
Well, I was going off just 8. I think it's about 100 fewer snaps this year, but more sacks. Jim Schwartz rotates guys in, and when he's been a defensive coordinator, everywhere he's been, he's just consistently
Who's
keeping
the best
guys fresh.
defensive end he's had before Myles
Javon
Garrett?
Kearse back in Tennessee, which is a different era, so I'm not sure it's exactly.
And he's not as good as Myles Garrett.
No. I mean, there's very few players in the history of the position that are better than Myles Garrett.
Yeah. So
I'm
we'll
just saying,
see.
if you see Myles Garrett on the sidelines a few more times than you're accustomed to, that is by design.
I don't
by
think it'll
Jim
be a
Schwartz.
noticeable difference, in my opinion, but we'll see.
We'll
All
see.
right, number one, Mike.
Number one, and there's a little analytical stuff that I need to explain here.
Oh, boy.
But this one I'm the most confident about, and this one's going to piss the most people off. We all love Nick Chubb. We really do, right?
Oh, man.
In the preseason, the Browns ran the highest percentage of empty backfield snaps of any team in the league. Now, before Bull says, preseason doesn't matter. Yeah,
I'm
I know,
already giving
Bull.
you dirty looks.
It is irrelevant. However, if you go back and look at the data between 2019 and 2021, 2 seasons in which Deshaun Watson played, he was by far the best quarterback in empty set formations. I'll give you 2 analytics and I'll give you a chart to show you what I mean. According to those statistics from the Elias Bureau, he had the highest EPA of all quarterbacks that qualified by a large margin, and more than double the highest completion percentage over expected out of empty back sets. Now, Steve, because that sometimes analytics hard to explain, please take the graphic and look at this. Do you see Deshaun Watson in the top right?
How could we see it?
Because there's only one head in the top right.
Okay.
He is the only head in the top right. Look where every other quarterback in that 3-year stretch was, and look where Deshaun Watson was in the top right.
Who is
3-year stretch
is
from
that-
when to when?
2019 to 2021. Now,
is
Deshaun
that
Watson didn't play in
PJ Walker?
2021.
2021.
He played all of 2019, played all of 2020. So it's a huge sample size to go
Okay.
off of. Yes, he didn't play as much.
Is that P.J. Walker at the top in the
No,
Carolina?
that is Deshaun Watson in the
No,
top
no,
right.
in the middle, top middle.
Top middle? I don't know who it is. It's not Deshaun Watson, and that's
Yeah.
too small for me to even see on the screen.
looked like P.J.
But this
Walker.
perhaps shows that Deshaun Watson was significantly better than anyone else from those empty backfield sets. Stefanski opted into backfield sets in preseason. We saw him open up the Patriots game with it last year. He teased us with it with Jacoby Brissett. I expect the full package
You
of
mean,
empty backfield sets to start the
you
2023
mean
season. with Deshaun Watson.
opening up with like 3 tight ends and then going empty and then throwing this one of them tight ends on a slant? 'Cause that's all I saw him do last year. There's no vertical game off it. There's no run game.
Hey, if Marquise Goodwin's
It's a
playing,
quick passing
vertical
game, man.
It is a very quick.
Empty. So for anybody, for NFL rules, anytime you see empty, it's quick game until it's not. Everybody, this is crazy that I'm giving out these DB tips. As a DB, when I see empty, I'm telling you right now, the ball's coming out early. Why? Because there's nobody to protect the quarterback. So the clock in their head is quick. Now, you can, like I said, you play it until it's not. If I'm playing DB, I'm playing off, I'm sitting at the sticks, and I ain't backing up at all because I know the ball's coming out, especially if I got a dude at the D line. So you think quick game until it's not.
So what percentage of plays do you expect nobody in the backfield, Mike? Because last I checked, Deshaun Watson played, let's see, his best running back in Houston was, Scrubby McScrubberton. So that's a pretty big difference.
Scrubby McScrubberton was a 3rd-round pick in your 2018 fantasy draft, though, Bull. Come on.
He was.
No, I
picked him in the
expect-
3rd round.
I would say it would not surprise me. And I mean, if Deshaun Watson and the Browns' offense is on the field for 70 snaps, 60 snaps, give me a number to work off of here.
Let's say 65.
65 snaps, I can see 10 being in an empty backfield situation. 15.
That's a lot.
I'm telling you, I think Deshaun Watson.
I mean, you come out you better. I mean, the defense knows you're throwing the ball.
Yeah.
You better be on target.
I'm just telling you. They did a ton in
Well, I
Houston. They
think
did a lot in
That still leaves
preseason.
55 plays of Nick Chubb on
So
the
the
field.
reason why that you probably will see more empty back set. That's why Elijah Moore is the important part because they'll come out with three receivers, 1 tight end, and then they'll
Right.
have him as the running back. So he'll come out, line up at running back. What does that do? That makes you think, oh my goodness, the linebacker got to check this dude. So then he'll space him out. Boom. Now that linebacker is going because Mike Hilton's already checking the slot. I'm talking like let's just put it in perspective. They come out with 3 receivers plus Elijah Moore and a tight end.
I would put 3 receivers, Elijah Moore and Nick Chubb, and then one linebacker has to guard Nick Chubb, put Elijah Motion.
So you said you would take the tight end out.
I would take tight end
So then
out.
so we're going back to college.
Yeah,
Spread.
Yeah, we gonna have.
That's fine. That's called that's RPO game.
And then we got Elijah Moore in the backfield. One of the backers got to cover him, mismatch, or they can have safety can cover him. And
in the end, I don't think you could read too much out of what they did in the preseason. First of all, Deshaun Watson didn't play that much. Nick Chubb didn't. Nick Chubb wasn't playing at all.
They come out in that that 0-1 personnel, because that's what the card to be on the defense. 0-1 personnel, no running backs, one tight end. And if Elijah Moore is the running back, that means that defense got to come out and dime.
Yep.
They got to come out and dime.
And the safety and the strong might have to be on a receiver.
And then the good thing about it is if they come out and dime, that means that the box is light.
Yep.
The linebacker got to check the tight end. If you kick the tight end out and pull it in the spread and keep Elijah Moore in the backfield, you hand the ball off to him. You got one-on-one with a DB, which they ain't trying to hit like that no way. So he make him miss.
And we can run draw off that QB draw off that. In the goal line package too.
I'm up here drawing plays.
Hey, just go ahead. You can steal both of them plays. You got two progressions off that. You got a quarterback run. You got Elijah Moore on the flare route really quickly, and you could go empty off that.
Mikey, good list, man. You led to some good conversation over here.
Yeah, and we'll see. I mean, I know I'm going to be right, so when it happens, you guys just be like, hey, I heard it first on UCSS.
I mean, it wasn't like he made that many bold predictions.
No, there's not many. Just alerting you.
He stripped the medals as fast as Marion Jones. Give me them back.
All right, let's pivot.
It wasn't like he